So my name is Sam Phillips, and I am a graduate of Kolbe Homeschool. I was homeschooled all the way through, both from the beginning through high school, and used Kolbe through my high school experience, and then went on to attend Christendom College. And I currently work there as the Director of Admissions at Christendom College.
Tell us about your experience at Colby Academy.
Sure. Well, I was the youngest of six. I am the youngest of six. I was the first to be homeschooled in my family. And we started from the very beginning with homeschooling. And when it came to high school, my parents were looking for a curriculum that was going to be Catholic, that was going to have a classical approach with a strong emphasis on reading primary sources of the Western canon, but also a curriculum that would provide flexibility for our family to be able to modify, when needed, the various texts. And so we were very pleased with Kolbe, and we appreciate the fact that it allowed us to have a rigorous program where it made suggestions, but also gave us the freedom to supplement when needed.
Yeah, so how has Kolbe prepared you for what you're currently doing?
Sure. Well, I think the education, the foundation that it gave me was a huge assistance as far as my college academic career, and even in the college process. You know, I applied to 4 colleges and I was accepted to all the schools and was given scholarship offers at many of them. And I certainly attribute that to the foundation I received from Kolbe. And certainly in my college experience, I went to a liberal arts school, Christendom, which is a very rigorous program. And there was a real benefit in that many of the texts that we were reading I'd encountered before. And because of that, I already had a familiarity with these challenging works and was able to get more out of these college classes at a second time there. And also just the ability to read a great deal of various works, strong emphasis on writing. All these things were a huge asset as far as tackling the challenges of college life. And now, of course, when I graduated from Christendom College, I taught for 6 years at a boys' school, and now I'm privileged to be back here as Director of Admissions, where I work with many homeschool families. And so it's a great benefit for me to have that background and also to see the benefits it's still giving to families today.
And was the classical curriculum an advantage? Kind of answer that.
Sure. The classical curriculum, I think the approach there was key. Of course, it's a Catholic approach, but also the idea that you need to read this broad foundation. We have such a rich patrimony as recipients of this Western civilization. And so the emphasis they gave there was huge, and especially for the education that I pursued at Christendom College, it was an incredible advantage just because it had exposed me to many of those works. And so it gave me a confidence to tackle some things that otherwise might be rather daunting as an underclassman with full 18 credit hour course load there.
Do you get questions from people about having been homeschooled? So what do you tell them?
Sure. Occasionally, it's funny, I work a lot with homeschool families now. At Christendom, 60% of our students come from a home-educated background. So it does come up, but even as a student, it's a great thing that homeschooling is now more of a mainstream pursuit. But even when I was homeschooled, it was a less common thing. So it was a question that sometimes people would ask, and I would just respond that I was privileged. I kind of joke that, my parents loved me enough to homeschool me. Why don't they homeschool you? But no, in all seriousness, the benefit was that I felt like my parents were able to provide me the best education. And because of Kolbe and Kolbe's flexibility in particular, where they recognize the principle of subsidiarity and that parents are the primary educators, I feel like I was able to benefit from the best that I could because my parents could cater it to my interests while also making sure that I received certain core knowledge and disciplines there.
Would you recommend Kolbe Academy to others? Why?
I would definitely recommend Kolbe Academy for families who are looking for a rigorous Catholic and classical approach. I work with a lot of different families, and it's an interesting thing here at Christendom where we have 60% of our student body is homeschooled. Many of those people come from Kolbe, and those students consistently are doing well as far as their GPAs, receiving scholarships. 3 years ago, our 2 winners of our full tuition scholarship competition were Kolbe grads. So I think Kolbe, I see the fruit of the Kolbe Academy curriculum because I see the students are coming through here, how well prepared they are, how articulate they are, and how well they excel in their academic pursuits and also in their postgraduate careers. So I would strongly recommend it.